My 38-year-old friend Ashley got married to my 24-year-old brother 2 months ago. My brother Alex and I are very close, as I basically raised him. And when he had his son at 18, I helped him out and gave him a place to stay while he figured stuff out. A year ago, I went through a really messy divorce, and he stood by me through all of it. As for Ashley, we met on the first day of primary school. She is definitely my best friend, but honestly, she's also my only friend because I'm a single mother with 4 kids, so I don't do a lot of socializing. At first, I hated them together because of the age gap and because I'm very protective over Alex. But I know Ashley is a good person, and I saw how much they loved each other and how good she was to Callum, my nephew. I posted about my divorce on here before, so if you want more background, go look at it. Basically, it caused a lot of trouble in my family. I don't talk to my sister or her kids anymore, but it's not because there's bad blood. It just brings up a lot of bad memories for me, and I haven't actually processed it properly yet. When I heard they were getting married, I was very nervous about how it would be seeing all my family at the wedding. Anyways, a week before the wedding, my brother came over to my house at around 10 p.m., obviously upset. He told me that he had kissed his best man, Darren, at his bachelor party, and he was rethinking getting married. He wanted my advice, and I selfishly told him to get married anyways. I already had my bridesmaid dress and had bought dresses for my kids. I told my brother I'd keep this a secret and that he should too. Then I just kind of forgot about it, to be honest. My nephew, Callum, goes to school with my daughters, and last Monday I met Ashley while dropping the kids off. She asked if I could meet her on my lunch break for a coffee, and I agreed. Over coffee, she told me that she was worried my brother was cheating on her with Darren and asked me if I thought that was crazy. I told her the truth because she was clearly in distress and I didn't want her thinking she had lost her mind. I was also really angry at my brother for continuing his relationship with Darren despite going ahead with marrying Ashley. I thought maybe she would be happy I came clean, but she looked at me in disgust and got up and left. I tried following her, but she told me she needed space and drove off. I called my brother, crying, and told him everything, barely pausing to catch my breath. But when I looked down at my phone, wondering why I couldn't hear him responding, I realized he hung up at some point. They have since both blocked me without saying anything. I can recognize that my reasoning for not telling Alex to call off the wedding was selfish, but I really thought the kiss was a one-off thing. Am I the idiot for not encouraging my brother to cancel his wedding over what I thought was a meaningless kiss? Edit. My brother has been openly bisexual since he was 14, and I have supported him through it always. Update. My brother just texted me, "Hi, my name. I'm sorry for ignoring you all week. I was talking to Rachel, my sister, about what happened because I told her about Darren a few months ago. I know it's entirely my fault that I cheated on Ashley. But when I heard you say she knew I panicked and directed all my anger towards you, I'm still not ready to go back to normal just yet, but I was wondering if you could mind Callum this week because I need to sort out all the legal poop with the divorce. I'm staying at Rachel's place, so call her if you need to contact me." I really don't even know how to respond to that. I'm happy he reached out, but frickin' hurt he went to Rachel of all people. To be clear, me and Rachel haven't really spoken since my divorce, purely because of her actions, but that's a different story. And she knew about the cheating before I did? I don't know what he means by a few months ago either, because the bachelor party was 2 months ago. Was there something going on before that? Honestly, I don't know if I should look after Callum or if I should keep my distance. A lot of you are saying that I've done enough meddling. Advice needed, please. Now, here are the comments. Comment 1. So, 1. Your brother came to you with a very serious dilemma, and because you had spent money on a dress, you encouraged him to lie to his soon-to-be wife, and possibly himself, and to go ahead with a marriage he was unsure about. You promised to cover it up for him and not say anything. 2. When this horrible advice backfired, insert shocked Pikachu face here, you broke your promise to him, and in the process possibly outed him when he may not even have truly discovered or come to terms with his sexuality. 3. Thought your friend would be happy about your part in her marriage problems. 4. Called your brother, crying. As if you had any right to be crying to speaking to him after what you did. You're the idiot. Comment 2. You're the idiot. Your brother came to you for advice and you told him what to do without even trying to find out where his feelings were. That was irresponsible. But the fact you told him to go through with it because you already had the dress was absolutely selfish. To top it off, you told Ashley about what you did and how her new husband was kissing another guy, and that you knew about it and told him to marry her anyway. You have done enough at this point, and you need to let them figure out their lives without your meddling. Comment 3. You're the idiot. If the only reason you told him not to call it off was because you were monetarily invested in it, you are definitely the AH here. He is young. Is he still exploring his sexuality? Has he been harboring real feelings for Darren and now has a chance to pursue it? You should be trying to help your friends and family be happy, not motivated by the fact you spent money on something that might have been wasted, and then vomiting it all to your friend without talking to your brother first. You're the idiot. Now, for the next story. I have never been close to my parents. I wasn't planned since both my parents had me when they were 18. My father always made it clear that I was a mistake, and that if I wasn't born, he could have had a normal life for an 18-year-old. Parties, dating, pursuing his career. My mother wasn't like this, but she has always been really cold and never showed me any kind of affection, although she cared about my well-being at least. This made my upbringing extremely hard because I didn't even have any other family member that could take care of me. This, for obvious reasons, messed me up a lot. When I was 14, my parents divorced, and almost instantly my dad met this other woman, Lila, and they got engaged. After their split, I mostly stayed with my mom because when I went to my dad's, it was so clear that nobody wanted me there, and at least my mom was kind of more tolerant of me. A year ago, my dad married Lila, and they had a baby boy that they named Alex. Alex was actually planned. This was clear since both my dad and Lila were really happy about it and adorned their home full of pics of Alex. They purchased a lot of toys for him and treated him with so much love. And this only messed me up more, and if I am honest, made me jealous to see how much my dad loved this kid. But he never loved or treated me like that. Since my brother was born, I've stopped visiting my dad and stopped talking to him because now I feel much more pain. For some reason, he has tried to make me go to his place to spend time and bond with Alex, but I refuse every time because seeing that kid really brings me so much pain. My dad has also even asked me to babysit the kid, which I also refused. My mom has asked me why I haven't gone to my dad's anymore. I hesitantly told her the truth, and she told me that I should try to bond with the child since he's my only sibling and he's not at fault. I told her that I didn't want to and that I am not planning to bond with him or visit my father. If I am 100% honest, I feel really bitter and resentful towards the toddler. I know he's not at fault, but I can't help it. I can't even see him in pics. I need to know if I am really being too overdramatic and the jerk for feeling like this towards an innocent child. Because I'm feeling really affected just by seeing how much they love and cherish him. I know that it's a kid and he deserves all the love and joy, but I would just prefer to stay away from him as much as I can. Am I the idiot? Now here are the comments. Comment 1. Not the idiot. And it seems like it would be better for your mental health to just stay away. With such a large age gap, it's unlikely you'd be close anyway, and I suspect your father is looking for a babysitter rather than a big sister. It's not punishing a child to not have a relationship with them, and you have every reason to be hurt over how you were treated. Comment 2. Not the idiot. You're not being dramatic. You're trying to heal from childhood abuse, and this baby has triggered a lot of bad memories for you. Even if the child is innocent, your mental health and well-being come first. It would be a bad idea even for him if you force a relationship. You should try seeing a therapist if you haven't already. Comment 3. You are not being overdramatic at all. But it may be worth asking your mom to see a therapist both alone and with her. Getting your feelings out with a professional and possibly improving your relationship with your mom could go a long way in helping you live a happier adult life. Not the idiot and lots of love. Now, for the next story. I am 34 years old, female 34, and my husband is 35 years old, 35M. We have been married for 3 years. Anyway, this morning we got into a disagreement. We always have coffee together first thing in the morning before we go to work, and I guess you could say it is a ritual we have both gotten into the habit of. We take turns making the coffee and a light breakfast and have managed to keep this routine up for years. Typically, my husband puts a lot more effort into it and makes my favorite poached eggs. I am useless in the kitchen and just make the coffee, but still. We have 2 types of teaspoons. One my husband prefers for tea and one I typically use. This morning, all the usual teaspoons were in the dishwasher, which I had forgotten to turn on the night before, so they were dirty. I turned it on and gave him the other type. He got upset, and although he didn't take it out on me, he went upstairs and didn't touch his coffee or food. I asked him why, and he said it made him feel unloved, and that it was kind of a thoughtless move because I know how much it means to him, and it's a really simple thing to get right. So, am I the idiot, Aita? Now, here are the comments. Comment 1. I love how people say they'd never bully a person with autism, and then as soon as someone reacts weird, they can't wait to call them a baby or overreacting. Even though he didn't actually do anything to OP, he just quietly removed himself from the situation and went to calm down. But the OP didn't say he's autistic, it's just in the comments. Yeah, and I wasn't diagnosed till I was an adult. I was just bullied for being weird. You're mocking autistic behaviors, even if you don't know the person is autistic. I don't get why you didn't remove one of his spoons from the dishwasher before turning it on. You've been together long enough that you should know by now which spoon he needs for his coffee. And you didn't even say, "Hey husband, I'm really sorry I forgot to put the dishwasher on so your spoons aren't available." You didn't even realize till after he'd gotten upset. I don't blame him for being hurt by that, honestly. It's not a huge deal in the grand scheme of things, obviously, but yeah, you're the idiot. Comment 2. You're the idiot. It's symbolic. You said he makes an effort with poached eggs and foods you like in particular. You just make coffee. You don't try to learn new things to show an effort the way he does. To him, the spoon is a sign of reciprocating. She doesn't cook, but she knows I like this spoon. You didn't wash the spoon by hand so he could use it because that would have been inconvenient for you. It made him feel like the breakfast is one-sided signs of affection. It seems like it's just a spoon, but maybe the bigger issue is the lack of effort, and the spoon was the last straw. Comment 3. Not the idiot for making a mistake. You're the idiot for burying the lead. He's autistic. This is key information here. And if he's right, that you knew how much this meant to him, then why a little bit TA for not having the presence of mind to grab a spoon out of the dishwasher before starting it so you could wash it by hand for him? Given how little you do for breakfast, this seems like something pretty easy you could have done for him. If you didn't know this was so important to him, then now you do. Now for the next story. I am the father of 5 biological children and 1 adopted nephew. My 3 oldest children are adults in their 20s and have previously moved out. My youngest 2 are teenagers aged 16 and 14, and my nephew is 8. My in-laws also live with us. We have a male 6-bedroom house, so each of the kids has a bedroom. My wife and I have a bedroom. My in-laws have a bedroom. And we previously had a spare bedroom for my older children to stay in when they visit. My oldest daughter moved to my home country at 18 to attend university there. She met and later married her husband, and they have an almost 4-year-old son together. Things went south in their relationship a few months ago. My daughter moved out with their son, and she was able to stay with my brother for the last few months. A couple of weeks ago, she was able to leave the country to move back home with us. My 16-year-old daughter moved into the spare bedroom so we could turn her bedroom, that is bigger and has its own bathroom, into a room for my daughter and grandson to share. The whole family pitched in to decorate to my daughter's taste and to create a nice area for her son with a small loft bed. When she came, she was initially grateful, but she did express not being too fond of sharing a room with her son. Last week, she suggested that my nephew and grandson could share a room instead. I told her if she was staying in my home, it would have to be in a shared room with her son. She mentioned it a few more times, so I asked my nephew if he would like to share his room. His answer was that he didn't really want to, but said some nights grandson could have a sleepover in his room. Last time my daughter brought up the boys sharing a room, I was a little harsh with my tone, and my wife thinks I was being an ass. My wife isn't completely on my side. She thinks I'm not being nice to our daughter, who is going through a tough time right now and might need some space, privacy to adjust to her whole life future changing. She doesn't see why the boys can't share, as there's only a small age gap, and our nephew would probably get used to sharing with his little cousin. Am I being the idiot thinking my daughter should keep sharing with her son? If you liked this video, you'll probably like these too. Also, while you're here, please consider subscribing. It's your support that keeps this channel alive and allows me to make better and longer videos. Have a great day.